Hey, this is JC. Welcome to Urban Life Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at the Tactical Geek L3 Pro. This product is on Kickstarter. You don't want to miss it out. It's a really heavy-duty EDC bag for a certain audience. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, to check out my shop links in the pinned comment or description below. You can even join as a channel member for exclusive content. Thanks a lot. A shout out to Tactical Geek for sending this out to me. Now this is the L3 Pro, which is a new product. I actually have the L3, which is a smaller pouch, and this is my EDC bag. I actually use it every single day. So I actually use the gear that I feature in my videos. This is smaller, this is larger. Now it's not just a larger version of the smaller bag. This Pro has many features which I think are just so well designed and thought of for the target audience that's going for. Yes, it is a bigger bag. It can take 7.5 liters. Overall size is definitely bigger. The weight of the bag is also about half a kilogram, so it's not a lightweight bag, but it is necessary for what you're going to carry inside. So first I'll talk about who this bag was designed for, then I'll show you some of the features in the bag, and then we'll load up the bag with gear that I actually would use if I were to go for a shoot. So who is this bag for? It's for photographers, videographers, and anyone who wants to carry any kind of equipment that fits into a bag of this size. So not a large backpack, but a crossbody sling bag like that. But you have actually 3 different ways to wear this bag. So that's the great thing about Tactical Geek in general in terms of the design. They've really thought about different things, from the materials they use, the features and functions of the bag, and also how you can carry it. So you can carry it in 3 different ways. So if you're a photographer or a videographer, you'd really appreciate some of these features. So first of all, the material. This particular one is the X-Pack VX21. It's all black. It's got great, just material, high quality components, as well as just the finishing. Right, if you have seen any of my videos of their products, you know they have got quality stuff, and this is no different. There are 3 versions of this pack altogether. There's the X-Pack VX21, there's a T60 fabric, and there's also the T500 fabric, which is the one I have, and it's also the same fabric I have for my smaller L3 bag. All right, let's see where to begin. Let's start off with the front. So over here, this is Velcro. You've got some molly strap kind of designs where you can clip things to, maybe a pen, a flashlight, anything that you might want quick access to. And then you've got this large pocket over here. So this is a front pocket. Lots of capacity over there. And then let's come to the back. The back also has molly attachment if you need. If not, you've got this zippered bag or compartment over here. Just again, lots of space. I went with this particular fabric because I know it's tough and it's also very water resistant. So there is this carry handle here, very useful if you are taking this off your body, and if you've got your equipment inside and you're not carrying on your body, you can carry it just like that. In terms of the sling, check this out. I mean, this sling is well padded, because if you're going to put your camera gear or video camera inside here, it's going to be heavy. So look at this padding. It not only is it wide, it is also thick. It is much wider and thicker than the smaller L3, as you can see. So it's wider and it's thicker. And I really appreciate that, because if you're going to be carrying this and you're going out to the field, whether you're in the city or outdoors, you really want that comfort. So you want it both wide and thick, and this has exactly that, which is really good. Now what they also have, which is different from the smaller LC3, is this what they call a stabilizer. So you can wear this main strap across your body, assuming let's say the pack is on your back, then this comes round to stabilize it. Because if it's a heavy load, you do not want it shifting if you're moving it around, and you want it tight, close to your body so you can distribute that weight. This is a really nice feature. And I'm sure if you really want to take it off, you could remove it over here. Let's see if it's possible to remove it over here. You could detach it from this modular component as well. So that's a great thing about Tactical Geek in general. For all the products, there are a lot of modular components, so you can kind of take it apart or put it together, or even add things if you want based on other bags and pouches that they might have. All right, so that's the strap. All these can be released if you want, so if for whatever reason you don't want the strap, you can remove the strap completely. On this padded strap, you again have MOLLE attachments if you want to attach anything. So that's the strap. All right, let's get to the main compartment. So you do get this high quality zippers. These are YKK zippers. It opens up like that. And then when I first saw this, I was wondering what this is. So I'll come to this in just a bit. So if we look inside the bag over here, what you have is 3 elastic compartments. Now, I always worry about this elastic, whether if you put stuff that's too big, does it go out of shape over time? Only time would tell. But this allows you to put various things, whether it's battery packs, memory card, wallets, your own wallet, and all kinds of things. So 3 different pouches. And then you have this fabric. This fabric is actually Velcro friendly. So for example, they sell separately these inserts, and I use this inside my pouches. So it's Velcro there, and then you can just stick that. And then now you have an extra compartment, and then it can be easily removed if you want. So that's really handy. So I appreciate the fact that it's orange, because when you open it up, you want to be able to see what you have inside. A lot of times our gear is black. Your camera may be black, your cables might be black. So if you have everything black and it's dark, you can't see anything. So this I do like. You got this high vis orange. You can see how wide it is, right? So there's actually a base. Again, this is so that it can take space. Oh, on the outside, there's also this elastic over here. So this is not just design. This is for you to strap, let's say, a tripod or anything that you think could fit, kind of like a cylindrical tube that would fit there. And then you can just lock that in place like that and pull it tight. We'll come to that later when I try to put on a tripod. Right, so that's the pouch itself. Very spacious. Let's have a look at the gray insert that I showed you just now. So here it is. I was wondering what this is, and I thought, is it just one of those dividers that you often get in camera bags and stuff like that? I would say yes and no. It is a divider in terms of how you can separate your equipment. So for example, if you're a photographer, you would have lens, you'd have your camera body, you have your different kits, so you do not want them banging against each other. So this kind of divides it up. You'll find this kind of a feature in standard camera bags. Sometimes they're fixed compartments, sometimes they're modular. Well, this is it, but I just thought that the design is really ingenious. First, it came in 2 pieces, and I couldn't really figure it out at first because there's Velcro and then it kind of folds, and then I figured it out. Okay, so the reason it comes in 2 pieces first is so that it can fold flat if you need for travel or for them to ship it to you. It makes sense, right? You do not want such a big package. And if you do not want to use this for the reason, you can also fold it and keep it for storage. But if you were to use it, so what you do, you fold it like that. So you notice that there's Velcro here. So this is actually a cover or a flap. So you can stick that either here or here, I guess, depending on how big your loadout is. So let's assume I'm gonna just do it here like that. So this now converts into a cover, a little tube, if you want, kind of a box. And this is magnetic. See, there's a tab here. So you can see the magnets sewn here. These must be quite strong magnets. And I believe these probably will be neodymium magnets, which is quite strong. And then you can see that. So your camera can actually go here. It fits there. But check this out. This I thought was brilliant. So you see, this is not just a design. This actually can fold like that. So if you kind of form fit it, right? Let's put the Velcro back. You see, now you can kind of imagine if this, let's put it in the bag, that might make more sense. If you put this in the bag, okay, you fit it inside like this. So I switched it around because there's Velcro here, Actually, there's Velcro on both sides, but I wanted to try to not get it sticking here, but I think it makes no difference. So once again, let's put this back here. Okay, so we've stuck it, this side. I'll probably have to figure out what's the best configuration to fit it. Okay, but let's assume it's like that. Notice how when you now fold this in, you get dividers. So you can put your camera body here, you can put lens here, or you can flatten one side and basically can compartmentalize. Again, part of the whole modern design, which is pretty smart. If you want a full bag, then just flatten everything. So I just thought that design is great. So let's see how this would close up so that you can just have better protection there. This closes up and then you just close up the entire bag like that. So now you have kind of a structured bag with that insert inside to protect all your gear, and that's pretty solid. So from a design standpoint, I think this is actually pretty impressive. But enough of that. What I'm going to do now is grab gear that I actually use, and I'm going to load out this bag and see if it can fit the stuff that I actually want. Alright, I'm ready to do the loadout. Now I should mention, if the audio sounds different, it's simply because I'm using a different camera setup. And I should mention, I figured this out. Remember the Velcro I talked about? Those two strips of Velcro actually are to attach to the bag, so this doesn't shift around. That makes a lot of sense. And the lid can just fit onto any part of the body of the divider. Alright, so what I have done is I've only got one section over here opened up, and the reason is because I have my main cam, so I'm going to put that there. That fits quite nicely, and I'm going to put my mic. So this is my wireless mic system. Ideally I should actually pad this up, so typically I'll probably put this in a different bag. I'll put an additional piece of sponge, but just for kind of demonstration's sake, that goes in there. Let's see if I can turn it. Probably not. Let's keep it this way. Alright, so I do have the cables here. I guess this can close up, since those are the main camera items I want to keep safe. So these elastic compartments here, this is where I would load out the mic and accessories. I've got the shoe, which is where the mic attaches to the top of the camera, and then I have my lavalier mic, which can be put here for safekeeping. I also have a spare mic, so I'm gonna keep that together. See what else I might have. I've got spare batteries that can go here. I've got a pen that can probably just squeeze in anywhere, and I can just clip it. Let's see what else. You know what? I would move this battery yeah, I'll keep it here. It makes sense to keep everything here. Then I still have space here if I want. I could put this. So this is a selfie stick, so it makes sense that goes there. I have a mini tripod as well, so that's more for filming. Let's see. I guess I could put my wallet there. Yeah, why not? But safer to put it in a side compartment. Let me try think about this. Maybe I'll just hide it with this, and this can be extra padding for the camera. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I'll zip this up. Alright, that's pretty good. So for the front is where I would keep actually kind of my different accessories. So power bank, that can go in there with a cable, and I can also put a skeleton as my multi-tool, and I actually have a flashlight as well. I guess that could fit in if I really want. If not, I could also clip it. For now, let's just put it inside. Alright, now there's still one more compartment here. I could choose to do several things. I could either, let's see how much space there is. a bit of a tight fit, but if I wanted, I could put my phone, earpods, that would fit in. A bit bulky, so maybe I would move this actually to the front, like that. And then for the back, if my phone is in my pocket and I don't need it here, I could probably put a water bottle. So a flat water bottle like that would fit in. Let's put it in this way. That works. And that zips up. And then at the base, remember this elastic here? So I would have to adjust this. Right, let's just gauge it for now. So basically here you just press and you pull up like that. Let's see if we can gauge it here. Just press and pull up. Let's flip this over. And then I have a tripod here. This, I guess, could just go over. This is the first time I'm doing it, so let's see how easy it is. Okay, let's extend this a bit more. Yep, that's pretty tight. That goes there. Extend this. And that goes there. Yeah, maybe for security, if I was on the move, I'll thread it through the tripod legs so that it would, yeah, even it wouldn't fall. It would have less shake as well. Let's turn everything over. Now that's a pretty hefty package, but photographers, videographers would know when they carry the gear. It's really heavy, but this fits in very nicely. As you can see, that's quite a big loadout, but everything within this bag and everything is quite compact. Oh, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video and the look at this Tactical Geek L3 Pro. If you want to check out the Kickstarter program and see all the different variations and all the different options that you have, do check out the link in the description of this video. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.